welcome to the Spiritual Counseling TV network and to our weekly spiritual guidance for April 4th to the 10th of 2022. My name is Christie Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. So happy Sunday everyone. As I am here filming, make sure that you catch today's Instagram live stream later today in the evening, where we're going to go more extended into what we're going to talk about today. This is just like a 15 to 20 minute video, and then I go deeper 45 to 60 minutes on that Instagram live stream. So make sure that you watch it, because this week is very intense, it's very significant, and it's a propellant now into the future. I feel like the future is already here, and it's like those final remnants of purging, cleanup, touch-ups, so that we may start our new beginning. And the new beginning experience is already here. We're already living it since this week that we just passed. But now it's like that next level, and other parts to perhaps your routine or your lifestyle that have yet to be implemented are going to be implemented this week. And it's going to create the bigger picture as to what your new life's going to look like, right? Because our life is composed of our lifestyle habits. And if we're not doing everything yet, we don't really have a clear picture as to what our daily lifestyle is going to be like, and how we're going to be able to progress from that, bring new people in, where we're going to share our energy, what we're going to be doing on a daily basis or on a weekly basis if you like to do different things on different days, and how you're going to organize yourself, how you're going to compartmentalize yourself. Because that's important for a successful life, is you need to have organization. And that includes not only in your physical environment, but also in your life, like your goals, progressing and reflection on those progressions, maybe planning ahead, getting more like next level organized with our planning habits, because I feel like that also maybe is something that is not yet perfected or mastered in a lot of your people, in a lot of your lives, especially if you have yet to reach the success that you are after. That's going to be a huge, almost like point of focus that you need to really put your attention towards this week. And also because there's still so much going on, and there's just a lot of intense energy. We're at the beginning of spring, so we're just sowing those seeds. So it's like the most hard work that we're ever going to need to put throughout the whole year. And then after, we're going to slowly start to experience those rewards. And it's almost like we can kind of take a step back and relax and just enjoy. But right now, it's like the hardest working phase. And don't be afraid of it. Don't resist it as well, because that's only going to delay you and might even block these blessings, right? We need to be willing to put in that work, even if it means working overtime, because it's not going to be permanent. This working overtime is temporary. This is based on your whole year. You're not always working, like overtime, right? A smart person knows how to strategize when to give more and then when to be able to kind of relax and only take care of priorities, right? That's where we create balance in our life. And that's where I want you all to see the big picture, is that we only go through phases when we're needing to go overtime in our work, or even in our personal life if you're trying to reach some goal that requires a lot of effort. But then there are times when you can kind of rest and hibernate that energy, right? And not have to work so much. So it's like an ebb and a flow. It's an up and a down in a healthy way, without going to extremes as well, right? Even though we're working overtime, it's not. So even though we're working overtime, it's not like we're working 24/7, right? There's still time to breathe. There's still time to take care of ourselves, right? There's still time to take care of our relationships. And that's what I mean. Like, even though it is working overtime, it's no extremes, because that's definitely when it becomes toxic. And that's what we're also learning, I feel, this week, is when good things taken to the extreme can become toxic, and how to also either limit your ability to get that to that potential, which means taking anything to the extreme that it becomes toxic, or how to eliminate any toxicity from your life. So there is a lot of detoxing that's still happening, I feel, because detoxing doesn't happen overnight. And I know that this has been a theme for these past 2 to 3 weeks, but now I feel like it might be the last week of this cleansing and detoxing. And this is internal, right? Physically in your body, but also emotional and mental. So purging any thoughts that might be negative, that might be pessimistic, that might be holding you back or bringing you down, your spirit that wants to be youthful, wants to be alive, and even wants to be innocent, right? Because I know that all of us as adults have been hurt, and this can create traumas. It can create this belief that life happens always to you rather for you. And we're being asked to shift this perspective again. And I'm bringing this up because I feel like I've talked about this several times already these past weeks, but this is like, there's still more healing to be done. And these are the healings that have yet to be healed. All right, these are the ones that are so loud in your mind that they are disturbing your present moment peace, and it's creating havoc in relationships, and it's spilling over into your job, into your career, into your relationships, and even to your health and your wellness, which is your well-being, how you feel on a daily basis. And we're being asked to be honest with ourselves, because if you really want a healthy life that has healthy people in it, healthy lifestyle habits, then your mindset first needs to be healthy. And that's, I feel like, what we're targeting this week is our mindset about how we view life, how we view relationships, how we view our past, how we view this moment as well, right? Because how we choose to react and experience this moment here, right? If you're always thinking about the past, or you're in a negative mood because you're worried about the future, or you're just overly worried about how things are turning out, then it's gonna mess up the experience in the moment. And guess what? That is the beauty of life. It's these present little moments. And we're almost needing to recenter, reground in just this moment. So this week we're really being guided to upgrade our grounding techniques so that we can learn to appreciate everything in this reality. Because even though we're spiritual people, it doesn't mean that we only appreciate the spiritual. We also need to appreciate the physical, because this is earthly beauty, divine nature that is here for us, that was created by God Himself. God is the creator of this beauty that surrounds us. So let us be grateful for this, right? Maybe spending time in nature can really be helpful for this again, to remember what God created and the potential of our creativity as well when we collaborate with God, the divine. Because that's where the greatest artists get their inspiration from, is from divinity, from God Himself, right? Who was the ultimate creative being. And that's a beautiful energy, because I feel like creation is still going on. There's been a lot of creation ever since last season, since winter, but now it's like the fruition of these ideas and inspirations that have been in our mind and manifesting them into reality, because we're wanting to create something very beautiful. And this is our task this week, and our challenge almost for even the next months ahead. This whole year is metamorphosizing these visions into reality, making our dreams come true. No longer can we be stuck in dream state. We now need to put this into action. And this requires movement. This requires change. This requires effort, energy, focus, intentions, discipline, right? All of these things, and of course then a positive mindset, faith, hope, and joy, doing all things with love. So yes, my soul family, that's the energy that I'm feeling for this week. It's definitely about keeping our heart and our mind open to these new blessings, these new ways of performing our life, right? These new ways of going about our days, going about relationships, and just the order as well which we do things, because I know that there's been a lot of change that's really taking us all by surprise. It's been difficult, I'm not gonna lie, right? But we can all get through this, because these are better changes for a better experience of this life. And this is a one life that we get the chance to experience. And you know, many people believe, yeah, that there's past lives, but it's not like we remember what happened in this life. So there's only one chance to this particular life, and so we need to appreciate it, and we need to not take it for granted, because this is the time to go for those things that you've been holding back on. Go all out, go for what your heart desires, and don't hold back, because that's going to be your biggest regret in this life, and we definitely do not want to live in regret. And that's almost like been my motto these past few months, is just going all out. Why wait till next year to do something, or to get something, or to whatever it is, right? Do it now, because you don't know where you're going to be at next year or a couple years from now, but only now. So we're to experience our fullest potential life that we want to live, a luxurious, heavenly, divine life. And that's what God is helping us to create. And our angels are working a lot behind the scenes to remove blockages, to hold our hand and push us through, pull us through, right? Push us if we need to get out somewhere, but then pull us up if we're so exhausted, because of we're needing to keep going, needing to continue to show up. I did do a live stream last weekend, this Friday evening, and I did mention that, you know, that we're needing to push through despite feeling tired, despite not wanting to go anymore, despite wanting to take a break. You know, if I'm to bring a little bit of some personal here, today was one of those days for me. I did not even eat today to be here on time, and there was just so many things to get done that it's like one thing after another. And especially for me, because I'm doing all this by myself, and that's how a lot of us light workers are, is that we are doing things on our own. We're holding the mission together with our own two hands, and that's okay for now, because that's how God wants it. And that's going to bring more respect as well for what we do, for our strength and our courage and our tenacity to pull through, do all the things that we need to do, and then still show up beautiful and graceful and professional, right? Because that is the hardship of who deserves it and who doesn't, who's willing to work for it, who's willing to sacrifice, right? And then those are the people who are going to be noticed, who are going to be rewarded, and God congratulates us as well. We are going to get a little reward, you know, this Sunday evening, so that we can start this next week ahead feeling most beautifully fresh than ever. I do post this weekly spiritual guidance, and also the Instagram weekly extended spiritual guidance Sunday evening, so that you can be prepared for the week ahead. So definitely make sure that you watch the extended Instagram live, because we're going to go deeper tonight, or this evening, right? And so that's how we're going to leave it for today's weekly spiritual guidance. I'm going to get started with now bringing in my oracle cards that I created, and getting into the daily morning spiritual guidance videos for this week for all of us. Have an amazing and beautiful day. And if you also want to book a personal soul coaching session with me this week or anytime for more individualized soul coaching and spiritual guidance, go to christieramirez.com/booking. And also make sure that you check out my Instagram podcast page for your daily heavenly podcast show, only a minute long, and then more new content coming into that page as well at spiritualcounseling.tv. Click on the story and you're going to get an extra quote of the day. Have an amazing and beautiful week. Namaste.